Right. This is a tool, right? Um, One of my DIY do-it-yourself tools at home. So I've got various things. I've got my plumb. I've got my screwdriver. I've got multiple of these. I've got a hammer at home. I've got my measuring tape, and I've also got my saw. By the way, when we were in secondary school, we learned how to use some of these things. Right, so I've got all these things at home, and the question is, if I wanted to build a fine furniture, by having these, do they automatically, qualify me to be a great furniture maker? And so that's a key question here. Do the tools make the result, or is there something else that makes the result? So many of you know me. I trained as a chemist. For my first degree, I did environmental management. I've worked in operations and manufacturing. I've done sales. I own businesses now. I never trained to be a furniture maker, right? So would me having these tools suddenly transform me to a great furniture maker? And the answer to that is no, right? So the point isn't that the tools are not necessary or not important, but the tools become great, they become effective in the hands of someone who is competent in that field of endeavor, right? So what is it that you are involved in? What business are you involved in? What is it that is happening in our time today? Everyone talks about AI, right? You hear about AI and how AI is going to replace businesses of today, employees of today. And some people panic about that. The reality is this, that AI indeed will replace jobs, but AI will not replace people. What will happen then is people who know how to use AI will be the ones to actually produce exceptional results. So the point is this: the tools don't make exceptional results. The tools accentuate, the tools magnify something else, right? So the focus must be on you, the individual who is going to use or need the tools. You've got to make sure that per time, per day, you are constantly working on yourself and developing yourself. So let that be an encouragement, let that be an advice for you today, that you've got to have your own development plan. So what is your development plan for this year? What is your development plan for this month? We are ending January in a couple of days. February, what's your development plan? Right? And this is not just for the individual, now for the business as well. Your business, sometimes we know that our businesses need to go automation, also to automate some of our processes, because that's how you improve effectiveness and efficiency, right? But the reality still remains that just putting in automation into a business is not what will cause the success your business needs. The individuals within the business, the principles, the systems, the processes within the business need to be strengthened. You need to make sure they are in place, because it is those processes that automation then boosts, right? When you get leverage by advertising, what are you advertising? Are you going to be advertising, poor processes, right? So you've got to focus on making sure that internally your business is strengthened, your people are strengthened, your people are trained, you get the best people into your business, you train them, you give them the opportunity to grow, and you cause them to all go towards a predetermined goal for the business, right? And as you're doing that, you then find ways to automate those things that they do, to give them even more efficiency, to give them more leverage, right? So once again, focus on developing yourself, focus on developing your team, and then bring automation, which is expedient. You need automation to be able to gain speed in the world of today. So until next time, you take care. It's so cold. But until next time, you take care. And I'm sure this year will be an exceptional year for you. Take care.